Hey guys, and welcome along to another video. To all you regular viewers of the channel, welcome back. If this is your first time here, welcome. We cover all sorts of GT Sport related content here, so if this is a bit of you, please consider subscribing. And remember, once subscribed, make sure you hit that little bell icon next to it as well to receive a notification when new videos are published, and that way you won't miss a thing. Today's video is the next video in our Beginner to Winner series. This series documents my journey of putting down the controller and turning off all assists and trying to achieve my ultimate goal of becoming an A+ ranked driver. All the details of how you can track my progress via Kudos Prime are in the description below, so make sure you go check that out to keep tabs on how I'm getting on. So, intro over, let's get into it. Today's race is Daily Race C. We've got 9 laps around Monza and I'm in the Mustang for the first time. It looks like we're going to get running the Spaniard down into turn 1, but he closes the door late on us, so we're just going to pick our braking point. I've got my eyes in the rear view mirror and I'm hoping no one hits us up the arse. It doesn't seem to have happened, so patient on the throttle so we don't spin it, and we're out of the first set of corners, still in third. I'm quite surprised by this, to be honest, but all good. Let's see if we can hang on to third place and stop the rot of our DR points and start making our way back up the rankings. As I say that, I outbrake myself heavily into turn 4 here. I'm not going to make the corner. I have to go and just cover it over. There's contact there with the Spaniard who ends up in the wall. We get ourselves a penalty and we've lost a lot of time to the front two, the Spaniard and German there. As I come through the Lesmos, I'm still a bit flustered. The second Lesmo there, I get on the power way too early, round I go, onto the inside wall. Third's gone, fourth's gone, fifth's gone, sixth's gone, seventh. Are we going to lose? Eighth as well? Yep, we're down to 9th place. What an absolute disaster. Thought things were going to go well. No worries. It's going to be a challenge for us now to get back up to third, which is going to be the aim for this race. We're going to try and keep it as clean as possible and probably just end up sitting behind these guys and saving some fuel, because I don't really fancy fighting through that many of them, to be honest. As I have a look, there's a gaggle of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars up ahead, and it's just going to be an absolute nightmare getting through this. It's definitely not going to be an easy task, so I'm going to sit behind them, see how much fuel I can save in the slipstream, pick off anyone if they make any mistakes, and see if we can overtake a lot of them in the pit stop. So we managed to not outbrake ourselves into turn 4 as we enter the first Lesmo. The guy in front in the Beamer gets it all wrong, loses a shed load of time, but we just can't overtake him. So we're going to sit back behind him, try not to get on the power too early like we did last lap through the second Lesmo, and there's a Mustang in trouble there. We pass through him. The Mercedes unghosts wonderfully right in front of us, but we still managed to pass through it. So, a couple of places gained, up to 7th now, as we continue on our second lap through Ascari. Coming down the back straight here, as we look behind, it's all kicking off behind us, and the Beamer in front again is getting rather tail happy. We pick our braking point into Parabolica, which for us is about 125 metres at this stage. I'm still not used to this car, to be honest, and we're going to give it full beans coming out the Parabolica. Got to get to the guy in front slipstream who's getting a double, potential triple slipstream there, and we need to be saving that fuel and generally staying with them. The Beamer there is going to try and put a move on the Toyota driven by the Brit in front, so I brake a little bit earlier than usual just to stay out of trouble, and just be careful on the throttle coming out. A little bit of a wiggle from the car in front, but nothing major, and we continue on our way. So look at the speed difference here. I appreciate there's a bit of a slipstream potential fuel saving going on, but we're going to chuck it up the inside at turn number 4, make sure we get our braking right, make the corner, and yes, now up to 6th. Good move that, happy with that one. join the action at the end of the lap here, starting lap 4, and up ahead the battle is raging between the BMW and the Mustang in front. The BMW is going to try around the outside into turn 1, and it looks as if he's made it. What a great move from him. But as you can see, as they battle, we've caught up so much time on them. We're very, very close to the pit stop window. The likelihood is they're going to come at the end of this lap. I don't know why they bother with this, it's just not worth it at this stage. So let's sit back and watch. So the Mustang's going to try up the inside, he's going to think better of it, losing himself more time as we come down into the Lesmos. Lesmo number 1, he's going to dive up the inside. They're both going to go wide, giving us further time. We're going to have to actually get out the throttle. Lesmo number 2, and you can see how much time we're losing. The guy in 7th who we overtook on the lap previous is right with us. It looks as if the Beamer's going to relinquish that place there. We're going to have to get out the throttle again. And I'm just concentrating too much on them, and I get it all wrong coming out. I managed to catch it, but I lose 6th and 7th there. So if you have a look at that past lap, look how much time the guys in 4th and 5th lost by just battling. What the guy in 5th should have done is just stayed behind him, got the benefit of his slipstream and changed gear early. He would have saved more fuel and he could have just jumped him in the pit stop. But instead, the battling has just cost everyone. They've probably got a couple of penalties out of it themselves. As 2 cars dive in, the Brit there serves what I assume is his penalty. So we're in 5th now. Let's see if we can get a good in lap. We're going to come in at the end of this lap and see if we can jump this big pack of people. So time to come in here. We're coming in 5th. I mean, look how much time we saved. We came in with the most fuel out of everyone, and we've managed to not only jump the Belgian by 2 seconds, we're right up with the guy in 3rd now. It just goes to show, guys, the importance of fuel saving. I know it's not the most exciting thing in the world, but it can definitely be a really smart thing to do and pay real dividends when it comes to pit stops. It's something I highly recommend that if you're not already doing, you start doing. So we are now net 1 place down from where we started. So let's see what we can do about this guy in 3rd. I'm just going to try and put some pressure on him here coming into turns 4 and 5. Oh, he gets that all wrong. He's going to get a rubbish run out here down into the Lesmo. We're going to get a run on him. Now is the time, I think. So up the inside we go into the first Lesmo and we make the move stick. Yes, up to 3rd now. Let's get the second Lesmo right. Patient on the throttle. There we go. I'm going to try and consolidate this 3rd place now. Not push too hard because I don't want to throw it away. As you've seen earlier and in many other videos, I have a tendency to spin and be a bit throttle happy. So I'm going to try and consolidate this 3rd place as well. That guy's really helped us actually. If you call that in a rear view, he completely outbraked himself. So now we've got a bit of a gap to the new, oh no, he's still in the same place in 4th. We've got a real gap there. So I'm going to try and consolidate this position whilst trying to be in range that if the guy in 1st or 2nd has an issue, we can take advantage of it. Oh, slight wiggle there. That's not what we want. Keep it cool, bring it home. So, you join us on the final lap. We've managed to keep the distance to the guys in front, but it's more about the guy behind that I'm worried about. Daco here has caught right up behind us in the Merc and is beginning to put some serious pressure on us. He's just about in the slipstream now, so he's really going to start catching. As we come through the long sweeping right-hander, he's still just there in the rear view. Need to come down into turn 4, pick our braking zone on the right here. Oh, I've put in my purple sector so I can tell that I'm really on it here. Get a good exit down towards Lesmo 1. Brake, get the nose in. Don't run too wide. Oh, I almost ran wide there. Down to the second Lesmo. Bit conservative maybe, patient on the throttle. And he's going to be sat in our slipstream now. We're going to make our way all the way through the sweeping left-hander. Down to Ascari. He has got a penalty though, I think. Brake for Ascari, another purple sector for us. And down onto the back straight here. He's right with us now, he's got a really good exit here. I know he's got a penalty, but I don't know how big it is, so have I. So we're going to go defensive here, which is going to compromise our entry into the parabolic for the final time. I'm going to run wide-ish. He's going to get the run up the inside of us. Try and straighten up and really wring the neck of this Mustang. He's ahead. And, just over the line there. So I pick up third place. It turns out he had a whopping penalty. So, third place for us. Decent result considering the issues we had on the first lap. Happy with that. Hopefully this will be the stop of the rot of our driver rating. So as we pick up our third place, it turns out we lost a mere 36 points of our driver rating. I class that as breaking even, so I'm hoping this is the bottom and as low as we're going to go, and we can start making our way up from here. And that is the end of the video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.